Well, here we are in the 93 Dodge Cummins. That is a belt tensioner. It's new from Dayco. It's supposed to be a factory replacement. The one that was on here was also a Dayco. This thing still kind of has an overheating problem under load. The biggest thing I want to point out today is air conditioning. Below it, there's no AC compressor. You can see the belt hanging there and the dirt. So there is no AC compressor, and the reason is I took it all out, and here we are. So in the order that things occurred, this is the factory AC compressor, Sanden 709, that was in there, and the whole back end was wet with oil and covered in dirt. So I think what happened is it did seize last summer of 2018. It seized, and I think it's because it leaked oil either from the rear housing or from the O-rings for the two lines, the high and low pressure. So I thought, all right, I can either fix it or put another one in. So I got a couple, this one here and this one here, out of the junkyard, and they're mostly the same. The front nose sections are the same. The bodies are not, however. The distance between the mounting holes and the face here, the mounting face, doesn't match the original or the second replacement. A guy had a Cummins engine that he pulled out and stuck in a Ford, and he still had the compressor. So this worked. I put too much oil in it. I figured since it's the other one, the original one here seized, that I'll just put a full charge of oil in it, which is 4.6 ounces. I put in 4 ounces, and there was so much oil in the system that the pressure on the high side just kept building and building until eventually the pressure relief valve on the bottom under here popped. It can pop several times. It's a reusable high pressure valve that's rated about 500 psi. So what I did a few days ago is I pushed all the oil out of the system, took off the H block. Let's see, do I have an H block laying here? I don't. I pushed out all the oil. There's the H block right here. That's a brand new one. Took the H block and the lines off, put compressed air in the bottom hole, and a lot of oil came out of the top hole. I mean, a ton of oil. The condenser here in the front, I got a whole ounce of oil out of, so that's not a lot. But I think I got at least an ounce or two out of the hell do they call that under the dash? If this is the condenser, well, whatever the hell it's called, I can't remember. It's hot and I'm in the desert, so my brain's fried. Anyway, so I took a lot of the oil out of there, and I tried to get some out of the filter dryer, and nothing came out. But anyway, you look in the window here, see that? It's hard to see a little glass window. The old Mopars had that, and it was a gold color, or an amber color. That's what the color of the oil is. And it should be clear. There shouldn't be too much oil, and there was way too much. So back to the original part of the story here. I've screwed up a lot here. Let's just shorten the story. I've screwed up a lot, and I was putting this one back together with a different front end off of one of these other units, and because the seal looked really good and the bearings and everything were really clean and nice on this black one, so it's probably off a rebuild. Now, what did occur, which is the weirdest thing, and I can't explain it, here's the swash plate out of one of these other units, and the pistons are attached with a connecting rod. It's a ball and socket design. You can see the pistons move quite easily inside the plastic bag here to keep the dust off of it. But the ball and socket at the other end, let's try and get rid of some of the glare here. The ball and socket down here is seized. I can move it, but I have to reef it, you know, lots of leverage and stuff. And the way they usually work is when you pull this out of a functional compressor, the pistons just hang and the connecting rods just flap in the breeze, which is exactly what you want. So this one is out of the original compressor, and the pistons are okay, the rings on it are okay, but they're seized up here. Now this one was fine. I pulled the same assembly out of this one, and all 7 of them were fine. And I'm not kidding, probably in half an hour, half of them were seized up. You know, I don't know what the hell's going on. They're all coated in oil. They've been coated in mineral oil since forever. And the problem is when part of them seize up, you can't reassemble it because you can't put it in flat. You have to tilt it and hang them down and put them in one at a time as you rotate it around. I couldn't get it to go in very easily. Once I did, you rotate this with a wrench and it seizes up inside. So I loosen the screws and then I can turn it okay, but it just keeps seizing up. And you know, this isn't real hard for me, but apparently I've lost my mind out here in the desert. So I had to, as of last night, order, can't remember if it's new. Yeah, it's new. It's not a rebuilt one, it's a new one. And that cost some serious money, because I have a task I have to go do. My dad passed away and I need to go down and get some stuff from his house, and it's down in Phoenix where it's, you know, generally 112, 114 degrees every day. I can't go down there without air conditioning, and I can't borrow a vehicle or rent one or anything. So I need one of these stupid things to work. I've learned more than I used to know, but this is just ridiculous. I can't get this to work. This one did work. I got it from a guy. It came out of his Cummins, had like 80,000 miles on it. Pulled the insides out, and in half an hour the thing seized up. Half of them seized up. And I've oiled them. I've done everything on these. I've done an experiment. I've used PB Blaster to see if I could loosen them up. And they have not loosened up, and that they were sprayed. Yeah, see, now my hand smells like PB Blaster. Days ago, and it won't loosen them up. And this one I'm not going to do anything with. I'm just going to leave them. I've got all kinds of new gaskets and seals for these things, and I got all kinds of new parts for these 709s, and it's just all going to be useless now. So I got to wait until that damn part gets here. Today's Sunday, September 1, and it's supposed to get here not later than Thursday, according to Amazon. So anyway, that's where the truck is right now. The overheating issue, I really am a little lost, because when I first got the truck I put a new radiator in it. Yeah, are we done talking about air conditioning now? Yeah, we're done. I'm so burnt on this topic I can't hardly tell you. Got a nice 3-jaw puller that does a great job of taking the pulleys off the front and everything. It's really terrific. The only thing I would ever recommend if you decide to do that yourself is make sure you take the snap ring out first. Yeah, you see all that's broken? That's what happens when you forget to take the snap ring off and you start heaving on it with this puller. It rips it right off the front. So this got ruined. This front end of this got ruined. So, and it damaged the threads here too. So anyway, you got to be smarter than your tools, and apparently I'm not anymore. So I don't know what the hell is going on with this. I can't figure it out. This compressor was in my truck and running, and now it won't work, so I had to buy a new one. And now I'm into this a whole lot. So I'm just going to take the new one and bolt it in after you drain the, it comes with a shipping oil, they call it. Sometimes it's PAG oil, sometimes it's just assembly lube so it doesn't rust inside. Swap it over for mineral oil, for R12, because I do R12 in R12 vehicles, because it really works well. Okay, enough rambling about that. The thing overheats under load, like climbing the pass over here. It just starts running hot. As you might recall from other videos, I put a new fan clutch in there, and that helped. It didn't fix it. And this thing doesn't feel any tighter, at least when I had it all installed and the belt tight. I pushed on it and it didn't feel any tighter than the old one. But it's a new one, so let's see what happens. Next step, because I'm just lost for what to do, is to replace the water pump. It's down there, see it? Right there's the water pump. Two 10mm bolts. I've already done the thermostat. It's a factory Cummins. I went up to Las Vegas and bought one from them. So anyway, yeah, that's what's going on with the Dodge lately. I love the truck. It just needs some help. I need some help. Anyway, the desert does this sometimes to you in the heat. It makes you more stupid than normal, especially in my case. So anyway, that's it. I haven't posted a video in several months, and I apologize. It's just life is in the way. So it'll be in the way for a while, and then I'll get back to posting stuff because I really like that. All right, that's it for now. See you, bye.